Kevin Levrone and Phil Heath, two of the greatest of all time. Who's better, Kevin Levrone or Phil Heath? Phil Heath or Kevin Levrone? Bum, bum, bum. This is part of your You Pick Tuesday lineup. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Get this up to 500 likes and I'll do all of these ones. Ones. Look at Mike Matarazzo versus Ramon Dino. That one has been requested 1 billion times. Billion. And Andrew Jacked, Ronnie Coleman. Come on, guys. We have to see that. Maybe we'll do the Courage one, too. Anyway, guys, this is an exciting one. I had a little nightcap before this one. Just a tidbit. A fig Newton. But anyway, there's always pictures like this that make Phil Heath look like the loser in this comparison, and Kevin Levrone's so good. But let's go through these shots and see who really is the better bodybuilder. Kevin Levrone. He's big. He's so big, in fact, that his upper body, arms, probably bigger than Phil Heath's. Probably bigger. But Phil has a bigger set of wheels. Phil may have a better V-taper with the lats. That's debatable. I'd say he has more separation in the midsection, but that's not the case. You can see, six-pack lines or the ab lines of Kevin Levrone. But Phil has more separated arms. They're more symmetrical, though, for Kevin Levrone. It's pretty close. Personally, I don't know. I think I like Kevin a little bit better in the front double. Go to the front lat spread, but it was definitely not a brutal beating. Clavicle width, this is obviously a photo shoot. It's an advantage, sure, but we're going to go ahead and do the advantage anyway, because, it's 90s versus today, or, yesterday, I guess, for Phil Heath, 2013. Did I mention that? 1997, Kevin Levrone, and 2013, Phil Heath. I'll put it in the label. Look at the wheels here of Kevin. They look good. He's bending at the knees. Definitely makes his legs look a little bit too big. And I think I might have made him a little bit too big, period, in this one. But still, I think his clavicle width, chestal width, superior to Phil. Phil's very conditioned, though. Turn to the side, and this is where we can start to gauge the level of condition of Phil Heath. I like the 90s guys like you do, but I'm a realist. I like to try to get to the truth. I can root for, this and that and the other thing, but I would like to know who the real winner is. And you can see the tie-ins, the hanging hamstring, separation, delts, arms. I would say Phil probably would win the side chest, but I don't know. I'm sure there'd be a lot of people who would say the other way around. Now look at this one. I think that side chest picture, it was not doing the condition of Kevin Levrone any justice. Or this was the finals, or maybe the pre-show, one or the other, because Kevin did look more peeled in one. Definitely, I would give this one to Phil. I would give it to Kevin Levrone. Look at the tricep. Not too many men on this planet couldn't defeat Phil Heath on the tricep itself. Plus, look at the midsection. Not the best for Phil. Winning in the legs, though, worth to mention. Now here, in the actual side tricep itself, you can see a definite advantage for one Kevin Levrone. And if I do say so myself, I do believe I see some strided glutes popping out there. No worries, mate, no worries. But either which way, obviously an advantage to Kevin Levrone by taking the wheels out of the situation. So this is an absolute victory for Kevin Levrone in this, Mark's Max Muscle picture comparison. The torso heap, he looks like one of them beach men, one of them sex men. Anyway, the tricep, look at the size of that tricep. Kevin's is bigger than Phil Heath's. Phil's good and strided, but still, wow. Now let us get to the point. Who's the better bodybuilder? Everybody around the world can give a sigh of relief. Obviously, Phil Heath would destroy Kevin Levrone on condition. Obviously, guys, look at the glutes. And if you want to take a closer look at just the back itself, because obviously Phil was much more conditioned, not even in the same ballpark. But obviously, too, also, Phil Heath is winning in the back. Look at how big Kevin's is, though. That's so huge. Traps. If he had got even more conditioned, I believe it would be in the realm of possibility that he could beat Phil. I mean, this rear lat spread of Kevin Levrone, probably the widest back then on the stage. But it's the same old story with him and Dorian Yates, too. He was never going to be as hard and as separated as Yates or Phil Heath, obviously. And the rear double, this is just plain a better shot for Phil Heath. Not the best one for Kevin Levrone. I'm sure he would admit that his rear lat spread was a far superior shot. And I was talking about that with you guys the other day. I like to share things with you guys. Special moments. There's mostly with all bodybuilders, there's a stronger back shot. Kevin Levrone's is the rear lat. The rear double's his weaker one. But when it comes to Phil Heath, both of his are pretty darn good. Now, let's go to the abs and thigh, because we obviously know it's many decades differences between these two. So I guess maybe if you want to just count the back shots as 2 back victories and just throw the fact that he was just destroying Kevin Levrone in the hamstrings, glutes, lower back condition. You want to throw that out the window, then yeah, maybe Kevin could get a victory. I'd say he's winning in the upper body here. Lats, look at the lats on Kevin. Very impressive clavicle width as well. But I mean, just one little glimpse of the legs that you can see here. Phil is just destroying Kevin in that aspect. But you gotta respect the Maryland muscle machine. Here's the most muscular, and here's one that Kevin Levrone or Phil Heath is not going to be pushed around. Kevin's legs, I don't want to diss my man, Kevin Levrone, one of the true Iron Men of bodybuilding for sure. I mean, those wheels aren't bad, but his upper body's so gosh darn big that it overshadows the wheels, whereas Phil Heath, pretty balanced guy. Have to admit, gotta give Phil Heath some credit. Ooh, look at this one, guys. Huh? Anybody? Come on. It's a pretty darn good pose here. And what a moment here at Mark's Max Muscle. I think this is my 2,738th video. Something like that, of that nature. That's a lot of episodes. Thank you, guys. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And it's moments like this that make doing these comparisons worthwhile, because you can really see Phil Heath. He does look thicker. He does look more three-dimensional in certain shots. But so does the midsection. Kevin Levrone just as peeled, thin-skinned as the day is long. And the midsections of the guys from the 90s, they were like, runway models, with muscle included. But make no mistake about it, this is your winner. And it's obvious. I don't think too many people would have too many complaints about that. Obviously, Kevin was winning in the aesthetic department, I would say. And mathematically, he was maybe defeating Kevin, or this guy here, Phil Heath. The Gift. The Doctor. The Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil. That's funny. PhD. Phil Heath domination. Anybody? Either which way, guys, gotta respect the 7-time Mr. Olympia champion, Phil Heath. He's your winner, and hit thumbs up, guys. Get it up to 500, and we'll do all of the other remaining requests. Have a great night.